Here we go, here we go. Welcome, race fans. Sorry for the delay. This is Webbo, and this tonight is OBF1's multiplayer league, brand new league, new race format that we can't wait to get going with. We'll explain everything as we start loading up, but most importantly, I want to say hello to my co-commentator and experienced F1 gamer, Carrera fan. Carrera, great to have you with us tonight.
Hello, welcome everyone. Yeah, it's great to be back. Great to be streaming with you, Webber.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. So tonight it's a team battle, kind of a deal. We're going to be watching. We're going to be watching the OBF1 drivers, who are going to be taking on each other in a four-way team battle. We're going to Spain. It looks like we're going to do one-shot qualifying, so we're going to have to pick the right person to watch, Carrera, for one-shot qualifying. I don't know if we'll even get a choice, but let's see what happens. It's not. You were saying before we started streaming tonight, it's not often we see that kind of setup on a league race.
Yeah, it's very different to a lot of people's choice, and there's always that decision between whether doing an 18-minute qualifying or a full hour of Q1, Q2, and Q3, but no, it's a one-shot qualifying, and that proves that now is the time to deliver everything you've got. Otherwise, if you mess up now, that's it. You only get one chance, and if you mess it up, it's going to cost you big in the race.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, so it's a really interesting format we've got going on here tonight. Our drivers are going to be in and matching coded number color schemes, but they will have three teammates each, or four, depending on how everything's working out. But they will have to keep their eyes on the road ahead and the road behind them, even more so than normal, to make sure they're not driving a teammate off. Normally, you've only got to worry about one teammate, Carrera.
Yeah, but as well, what's good with this one-shot quali is you get no distractions. You get fresh air, you don't have anyone for them to move out into the way, but as well, there's no slipstream given by a teammate, so it's down to the driver now.
Absolutely true, yeah. Okay, well I'm on with Steventino right now. I'm going to try and follow the right car. It's not easy, I have to say, when there's only one opportunity. I'm going to go up and have a look at H. Taylor, because he, I think, is currently in the lead. Let's see. So just rounding turn 5 and heading up the hill. He's driving for the red team. We don't have any major team names, so it'd be nice and easy just to refer to them by their colour, as you can imagine. We're heading down now into turn 9. It's got a very purple sparkly helmet and glove combination going on.
This is where it all comes down to that final sector. Very tricky to keep on the track and not touch the curb, but it looks like the majority of the field has kept it all right.
Yeah, so it looks like Taylor is going to get that pole position, 1:15.5. So a little bit of learning for me there is following whoever's at the top. It does seem like the game manages to keep everything pretty nicely. It looks like a good result in qualifying for the red team. They're in 1st, 5th, 7th, and I think 9th, was it? So hopefully we'll get to see a little bit more from those guys. But it's pole position for Taylor. There he is, a 1:15.597, a nice time, especially given the difficulties of doing this with one shot, one opportunity. Little Jim is next with Mitch in 3rd for the yellow team. Then Steve Ventino, Paul Harrison, FTH KRC. I'm going to go with KRC for that one. That's a tricky one. Chandler, Chris Sam Pistol, our league owner. Bring up the rear of the red team in Pay 9, and CDM, S. Sanchez, Ratho, Kieran Rees, Golden Wolf are your top 14. I can't manage to see any further down the grid than the 14 positions. But yeah, we're going to get going fairly quickly. I think we've got a formation lap to come as well.
Yeah, it seemed very good from the red blue team, all next to each other in the midfield. A bit tough for the green team. They had one driver in P2 and the others down around in P11 and P12. So it's going to be difficult for the man in second place to fight the red team and the yellow team. But, well, that's what happens when you do one-shot quali. A lot of pressure on your hands.
Absolutely, yeah. So this one, I'm really excited to see how the teams work out tonight. It does look like we're going straight into the race. It's lights out, off we go, with Taylor getting away not quite as well as Little Jim. Little Jim getting away very, very nicely. But it does look like Taylor's managed to keep that lead. We've got red, green, yellow. Another yellow car trying to come up the inside of Paul Harrison. It was Stuyventino there as Little Jim challenges for the lead on the long drag up the hill. Taylor's gone defensive already. Just wary of that slipstream effect straight off the bat. We've got two blue team cars together there of KRC and CDM. And they are line astern right now. It doesn't look like a lot of changes have happened relative to our grid starting order just yet, but we'll check in with that, have a good look. Position changes. We've got CDM made up some good places and is just trading places with his blue teammate right now. I think they've even managed to coordinate some of those sponsor names as well tonight. But yeah, a good start from CDM. He's now up 4 places, as is Kieran Rees for the yellow team. And Little Jim is staying within that crucial 1 second window of Taylor as we head up. A terrible start though, unfortunately, for our league owner Pistol Racing, who has plunged down 6 places and is in the pits. So is Martin69. I'm guessing there looked like some contact. What did you see further down the grid for us tonight so far, Carrera?
Yeah, it looked like a very good start from all the drivers. Very clean, no contact. I'm surprised to see 2 cars in the pits, but you can clearly see right now from Martin, he's got wing damage, so that is what he's replacing. He's going on to the mediums. And we've got a yellow sector. One of the green team is out. That could bring out a safety car.
Yeah, it looks like Golden Wolf's gone out.
Just pitted. So that's not going to be good for Pistol Racing and Martin here, because they've both just come out of the pits.
They're probably hoping for a full safety car in that instance. They have gone on to new medium tyres, but they're not going to get mediums to the end of the race tonight. So virtual safety car, race is neutralised. It looks like Taylor's managed to catch a very nice gap so far. I think he might be on the absolute max of that delta. Suddenly jumped out to over 1.2 seconds right now, so really good start for him. Still under virtual safety car conditions, and we do say goodbye to our green team representative Golden Wolf. So I do wonder what happened with him.
It's going to be tough for green team now, because they actually had the least amount of members currently in their team. We're not sure about Ratho,
right.
currently P11 with a black livery, but there were only 3 green, the least out of any team, and now there's only 2 remaining. So
yeah, Ratho's gone proper. He's gone proper Maverick tonight. He's I don't know what team he's representing, but he's got purple, orange and black and white on this car right now. So perhaps just slightly behind in getting himself ready. We got a penalty there. I think Pistol's just got a drive-through. Is that... Did I read... Through penalty for Pistol?
I believe that. And he's just gone past the pit lane, so he's going to have to... This is going to really hurt his race right now, because...
Absolutely.
The strategy right now is a 2-stopper, but...
Oh, yellow team. Mitch just goes off in the background of my screen, and Mitch is retired from the session straight away. tumbling down the order. I don't know if we're going to enact another caution period here, because he's gone right down in the order, down, and has greyed out, so we've lost him.
This could have been contact between the two teammates, actually. His teammate Steve Juventino has got full wing damage, so the only person who's got damage is his teammate, so I suspect that they both collided, which is the worst thing to do.
Absolutely.
Your teammate.
Yeah.
He's having to pit. That is full damage. Struggling to make it into the pit lane.
I think what's worse than having a post-race debrief with your team when you've hit one of the other cars off the track is when there's another two drivers out there to point the finger at you, as well as the one that you've injured. Oh man, this is not a great start for the yellow team there. With Juventino will now be heading down the order, I'm sure. I don't know if Pistol will catch him. I don't think so. Right, looking at the order, I think he's got sufficient fastest lap from Martin, so he's driving hard. It looks like Chandler's just turned the car around in the quick chicane, middle of the track. No damage to the car. Done a nice spin turn to get pointed back in the right direction, but down to 10th for him. Let's head back up towards the front of the grid and see. Little Jim is staying with Taylor, and I think we're going to get some DRS action pretty soon.
Chandler indeed has actually got damage. Both end plates are gone on my screen, so
fastest lap for Little Jim there, and he's catching on the main straight. Is he close enough to make a lunge? He doesn't. He's going to just bide his time. He got very, very close though, under braking. He's going to be stuck in that dirty air on the way round turn 4 right now, but very much hanging with Taylor, gapping the rest of the field. Carrera.
Yeah, but it's an interesting situation here. There's two red teams in the podium, and if they want to relieve pressure off Tay, they can bring Paul Harrison a lap earlier and put that undercut threat to XD Lil Jim.
Yeah, absolutely. Whoa, off goes Taylor! He's wiped out one of the advertising hoardings. He's clearly damaged the car. Something chronic. Seemed to lose the car under traction. I think we'll be heading into the pits from our leader. He's let his teammate go. That's the sensible thing to do. But it just given the race to Little Jim, wrapped in ribbon, I think. Just holding the rest of the field up as he goes into the pits, and we see CDM just make contact. Did manage to keep it pointing in the right direction as his teammate KRC comes round and is just struggling with the car on the outside curb, and that is an absolute feature of this new game, Carrera, is those outside curbs on traction.
Yeah, those outside curbs can really ruin your race. A little bit too much on the throttle and it can spin you around out of the race. But this race is going to be very crazy because there's so many different cars in different positions with different strategies. People have just pitted now a few laps ago due to damage.
Yep.
It can come back to them at the end depending on what strategy they go. So it's really not over until it's over at this point.
No, there's a way to go yet. It is 33 laps. We're only 6 laps on in so far. Pistol has served his drive-through for the red team. The red team, with that brilliant qualifying, are now 2nd, 9th, 10th and 14th. So it's the race is really coming to the blue team at the moment, but out in front is your green team leader, Little Jim. He's also one of the server owners, so leading the way for the OBF1 representatives. Let's see how this race works out and how we see some good teamwork, or perhaps less than good teamwork. We've already seen a couple of guys letting each other go, and we've seen the yellow team knock each other off. So, bit of a mix.
And there's currently a safety car. Ratho hit the wall and he's out of the race. So safety car is deployed.
Yeah, I didn't catch that on screen with Ratho's loss. I don't know. Maybe he might be just reserving for tonight and hasn't actually got a team set up. But I guess if he was racing for anyone, it was probably the green team, looking at at everything, at the balance of colours out there. No sort of big prizes for glorious looking liveries, Carrera, but I really like the fact that they're very easy to spot on track.
Oh, definitely much easier. Makes our lives 10 times easier, to be honest. But yeah, it's going to be interesting now because there's 2 blue teams going to be behind the red team of Paul Harrison. So it's going to be interesting. We've seen a lot of cars lose it, either losing it on the curb or accidents happening.
Oh.
But it's going to be a restart, so all the cars are going to be bunched back together, and so we could see some crazy things. But
6 laps on the softs, Carrera. Is it smart to now come in and change tyres under this safety car?
Yeah, it's definitely a 2-stopper race.
Here comes little Jim. He's going in.
Really difficult.
As is Paul, but Paul wipes out into the barrier on the way into the pits. I think he's just caught a whole bunch of damage on the way in. The blue team inherit the lead. They're on medium tyres, so it's not convenient for them to pit at all right now. But in the pits, you've got little Jim from the lead, Harrison, Kieran Rees, and Moshi. Those guys are all in. Ratho has joined us on stream. Great to have him join us. He was racing for the yellow team, but it looks like his car livery didn't come through properly. Ratho, let us know what happened. We appreciate that little bit of information, so thank you. But what happened with your race? Do let us know if you can. Tell us what happened and where you disappeared to. But right now, Carrera, on medium tyres, it's a 1-2-3 for the blue team.
Yeah, it's worked out perfectly for more than half of their team, P1, P2 and P3. Although they do have cars in P11 and P13, comparing that to the rest of the grid, they're on for a very good point scoring result today, if they keep it like this.
Absolutely. So great stuff so far. We've had a lot of action. It's only lap 8 and it's our second caution period. I hope the drivers can manage to keep a safe enough distance from each other. I was commentating on a race last night and we saw several incidents under the safety car. Not this league, I hasten to add. but yeah, definitely a carryover from the previous game in terms of the coding of our safety car behaviour, should we say, for the drivers. It's definitely never worth getting too close under these safety car conditions when you're warming the tyres and people's speed is unpredictable. It was the outside curbs for Ratho again. Yeah. Final corner, long right-hander, just lost it. Unfortunately, this is really going to affect Carrera, the hard tyre runners, this safety car period.
Yeah, definitely. I've raced here multiple times, and obviously safety car goes obviously much slower due to an incident. But when you hit that third sector, all the queuing up, it's just way too slow, and the tyres absolutely go to a point that it's very difficult to get back up. But as well, one person that does is spotting out in the grid is Kieran Rees on the soft, so he's going to be one to look out for. Much easier to warm up the tyres, and you should alternatively be faster than the front runners. They're either on used mediums or just fresh mediums. So
it looks like Pistol making a third trip to the pits overall for his second stop, having served his drive-through there. So he's right down the bottom of the field. Hopefully he'll be able to catch up to the back and resurrect something out of this race, because it's been a bit of a nightmare first third for him.
Going to be interesting to see what tyres he's got left as well. He's boxed the first time, I believe he was on softs, and then the second time he went to the mediums, and obviously now he's on new fresh mediums. So I doubt he could get to the end on another set of mediums that would be used. So I only see his only choice is going to the hards. And hards around here can be very tricky, especially in that third and final sector. Yeah,
and you know, getting those tyres up to temperature after the safety car, we've seen time and again hard tyres really struggling. It's it's very easy to lose places at the start, if not complete adhesion to the track surface. It's really, really challenging around here. How does what's your take on the new game and the change of strategy at this track? Is it still very similar to the previous game, the ideal strategy around Spain?
It's definitely been a two-stopper in the previous game. It seemed like the better option.
Yeah.
The one-stopper meant you'd have to go medium hard, and hards just didn't really suit the track well. So at the end of the day, that two-stopper was worth it, and so it's not really that much different around Spain. But obviously, it depends whether you go soft, medium, medium, soft, medium, soft. Depends on all the tire wear you put in.
Yeah.
But of course, these drivers will let us know. I'm sure someone could go soft, medium, soft, or soft, medium, medium. But yeah,
I think we're going to see some. Yeah, we're going to see quite a difference in strategies when it comes down to it, with all those damage-related pit stops early on. It's just kind of throw a set of tyres and get on back out there, kind of territory. I think for quite a few of them.